Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. This is our New Year's resolution show, and what better way to get into a resolution than just get better with your health, your breath, your way of life, and that's all yoga is all about. And we have Amanda Cepeda, which is AC of the AC Power Yoga. I thought it was air conditioning or Alamo City when I first met you, actually.
It can be all those.
It can be all those,
except air conditioning.
Not air conditioning, right? Because it's a hot yoga, so it's a lack of air conditioning.
The opposite.
Yeah. But you have been teaching or practicing forever, but teaching for 11 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you've had this studio for about 6 now.
Almost 6 years.
That was fast. And you're there on Broadway, I think in the heart of Mankey Park, right? Between
right by the Whitty Museum.
It's right there. And I feel that it's the best yoga studio in town for sure. I literally drive 25 minutes to go to that one. But let's talk about how you got into the business. How did you become this yoga?
Well, I injured myself
guru?
Cutting hair. I was a hairstylist for 18 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to help people look pretty on the outside. Now I help them be pretty on the inside,
there you go.
too.
There you go.
And so, so they told me I shouldn't do hair anymore. So I had to have surgery on my shoulder. And I was practicing yoga at the time, and I was actually going through teacher training at the time.
Sure.
So it kind of all fell into place. And when I quit doing hair, I lucked out, had been practicing, and they're like, come and teach yoga. So I was like, okay.
Just
had my
transition
training,
that way.
and I went and started teaching, and I went to my Baptiste trainings, did those.
And let's talk about Baptiste a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know there's this hot yoga that keeps on changing names, but there's other hot yoga that people kind of affiliate all hot yoga to be. But Baptiste it's warm. I think, what is it, 80 degrees?
90 degrees.
So
Yeah.
it feels
60% humidity, 90 degrees.
okay. And what is the heat for? Explain that to people.
The heat is just the external heat to make you sweat.
Sure.
It makes it feel a little less, you feel a little less stiff when the room is warmer.
Sure.
It helps you sweat.
Right.
So it feels good.
Yeah.
When you get done, you're like, I've really worked out.
Detoxed or whatever. But we'll talk about Baptiste. What's the difference between that and some other practices that are more familiar or people know less about or whatever?
Barron has created his own sequence.
Sure.
Through all the studies he's done with Iyengar, Ashtanga, and he's put it all together into his own sequence. So you're always teaching that, but you can add to it and subtract from it. But also it's about empowering yourself, and there's a whole philosophy behind it and a teaching behind. Like the 3 themes, be a yes, come from drop what you must, and now I'm forgetting. And wait,
You are ready now.
You are ready now, yes, come from your ready now.
Sure.
The 3 themes. And then there's a whole thing from that.
Can you tell us the size of your team, or who's all on your team?
We have 5 teachers, including us. And they've all come from within our studio.
And if you are a guy and you try to get Joey's class, he will definitely make it for guys in that particular class. It's way more chess. It's because that's one thing I do like about Baptiste, that you can change it up. It's not like the same thing every single time.
It's not fixed.
Where you're dreading that next pose. It's kind of like what Joey's going to be different than Amanda's going to be different than everyone else.
See,
It
the thing
allows
is-
for your personality. Sorry, it allows for the person's personality to
For
come
sure.
in.
See, I've always wanted to try yoga. I am not flexible at all.
Bobby can barely scratch his
Yeah,
kneecaps.
I have to stretch just to sit down. But for someone like me, what would you recommend if they want to try yoga?
You just come to class and do what you can. Flexibility comes with practice of over and over again. And you're a guy. So for men, it's easy. You're always strong.
Very strong.
You've got the strength. So that's half of it. Half of it's strength, half of it's flexibility, and it's creating a balance. So you have half of it. The flexibility will come.
Gotcha.
And so talk to Bobby about starting the process, Joey or Amanda. Like, what happens when it's your first class and you just want to start? You've never done it before. What do you?
I got to bring a mat, right?
Yes.
No. They got mats. They got
we
water.
have mats. We got for the first class. We supply you with mat, towel, water, so that when you come, you don't have to be worried about that. Just wear something comfortable, not too loose, because you are going to go upside down. You don't want your shirt to come up, so you want your shirt to be a little more fitted. That's one thing that people are always surprised by. And do what you can. If it hurts, don't do it.
Yeah.
If it hurts, have a question. Come and ask us. We'll help you.
And you can. What's like it's free the first time, right? Or it's a discounted price, maybe.
Actually, we get it discount after the first class. You get 10 days for $20.
Gotcha. Okay, so then you can just check out all the different classes,
Yes, as
find the
many as
teacher that you want,
Mhm.
and you get to do it for a week and a half,
Yes.
as much as you want, and you can go all day, every day
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
those first 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell us about some of the things that, like, the frequently asked questions that about yoga that people maybe have misnomers about.
Well, the first one's always,
Yeah, number
I'm not
one is
flexible.
I'm not flexible.
I'm not
yeah.
flexible. And I say, it's flexible mind, not flexible body.
Right.
I need to lose weight before I come to yoga.
Right.
And it's like, no, you don't. You come as you are. We're practicing acceptance. Acceptance, you got to start somewhere, so you have to accept where you are.
Sure.
So you can start. What else?
Just probably limited beliefs in general, right?
Yeah, limited beliefs.
Yeah,
Definitely.
limiting beliefs.
Like, I can't.
That's it.
I'm never going to be able to do that position, or, because I'm not flexible, then I'm not going to be able to do the flow of what Baptiste says.
And then I always have to go to, it's not about the poses. It's
Yeah.
never about, it's not all those pictures. That's why I don't like Facebook. Everybody putting those
Yeah.
pictures of poses. It's not the poses. It's empowering yourself from the practice. That's the power, empower yoga.
Yeah, because, during the class, I don't think what people realize is that, Joey's constantly telling you, like, it's not a big deal, just smile, you'll feel better. You're making it a lot worse than it really is. And I can hear Joey when I'm not in the studio, And just concentrate on your breathing, by the way. Just,
Yes.
I don't think anyone spends an hour a week or just breathing in the same amount of time as you breathe out. That in itself is probably just
That's
good-
really good for your nervous
good
system.
for everyone.
Actually, yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So for more information about the best yoga studio in San Antonio, go to acpoweryoga.com. Check them out on Facebook. Their Instagram's pretty cool too. It's ACPY Plugin. You can call them at 210-296-7718. Again, that's 296-7718. Awesome show. We will see you next week. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And be a fan of our show on BobbyGZRadio.com.
Bye.